All right, well, welcome back, my RC people. So this was sent to me by a company named Bior on Amazon. And before I accept anything to review, I like to do a little research first and make sure that it's something that I'm interested in, because if you're reviewing something you're not actually interested in personally, you're probably not going to give the best review of it and really speak your mind. So they sent me this great looking little Jeep, and I think they kind of undersold the name by just calling it military car. They do have like the whole history of the Willys Jeep and where it came from and where it was implored and everything it did. So with this little guy here, it actually looks really good. I went and checked out everything on it, watched some videos. They're like $70, and you get a lot for, at least in my opinion, it seems like you get a lot for that money. Let's get this out and open it up, and we'll talk about it a little bit. And then we'll do a little testing. We'll just take it back on the course and kind of just give it a brief test in a few areas. It's not really a rock crawler. It's more of a trail-inspired truck, I would say. What do we have here? We got a little bag of stuff. We'll set that aside for now. This looks like the soft top because this one does come with the soft top. Now this is a 1/10 scale and it's got a ton of details to it. We have the shovel and the axe on the side, a winch on the front, which it is a working winch too, and that was one of the things that really caught my attention on this. Let's get this out. And it looks like we have, these will be our supports for the top. We'll have to figure out how all that goes on. The windshield does lay up. This is supposed to have a servo operated steering wheel, which I find pretty interesting for this size of model. I wasn't really expecting that. And we'll see when we get it powered up. Let's see what type of battery we got here. We just got a little 2S, a 500 milliamp hour 7.4 volt 2S, and luckily this is one of those 3 leads instead of 2 lead power wires, but it does have a 2 lead inside the vehicle, so it can easily be swapped out and used with other batteries. Let's get the rest of this out of here. Favorite part of unboxing right there. Oh, our little controller. It's a kind of like the FMS style controllers, the way that the shape of it. And let's see, we'll have to use our little screwdriver and open it up and see what type of batteries we need. But we have release and retract on our winch. I'm guessing these are the winch controls right here. It looks like we do have some steering trim, light on and off, the on and off button, and it's just a hard plastic wheel, but it doesn't feel bad in the hand. I mean, it still gets enough where you can actually fit your whole hand on it. And this will also be a little bit easier for one-handed driving too, if you like to film with your other hand. And it looks like a nice little winch. I think it's supposed to pull like 1.2 pounds or 1.5 pounds, somewhere right around in there, which is more than enough for this little guy because it can't be more than a couple pounds. So as long as you're pulling yourself up an incline under the aid of its own power, it should be all right. Oh, let's see. We do have plastic. I think we got plastic drive shafts, plastic hubs. It looks like all the hardware underneath is plastic, including the leaf springs. Now that did take me aback. I was not expecting that. I was expecting metal leaf springs, but we have plastic leaf springs in this guy, which I don't know whether it's going to be helpful or a hindrance, honestly, but it looks like it has decent amount of articulation. We'll have to see just how proportional it is, but this will fit all of my 6-inch G.I. Joe figures. I had the old JJRC Jeep, like the first release of it, and that thing was pretty bad, but it looked good. But this one has even more details than that one. Now, let's see here. It does give you just the one battery. You get your USB charger. Oh, we got directions for mounting the winch, which we don't need because they did that for us. Okay. It tells you how to put the top on. That's our screwdriver. Let's see, what batteries does it say we're going to need here? We are going to need 2 AA's. Now those will go right in there. I'll have to get those out. And this little guy. Okay, let's get this open without tearing it. Okay, so there is, it looks like this slips over the windshield and ties around here and here. And on the back, you're going to tie on this rung and this rung. And it looks like also on, there should be a rung right here and another one on this side. And then you've got these ones which will actually tie around here. So it will all tie on there. I'm going to do that off camera because it's going to take us a second to get that all tied on. But we do have an actual canvas top for this. So that's another really cool item. Let's get the battery charged up. I'll get this tied on, maybe throw a figure in it, and we'll just run it around a little bit. And then on the next video, we'll take it out for a real official trail run and put some mileage on it. Now the top can be a little challenging to put on, especially if you got big old fat fingers like I do. But I just did the 4 corners first, and I was able to get it. Maybe some Velcro might be a nice upgrade for that in the future. Well, it's time to run it. Let's get her going. Everything is hooked up. Wanted to kind of just get it over here in the shady spot a little bit so we could look at it. You can see the steering wheel does work with the steering proportionally. Now I opted to leave a figure out at this point just because I have to either dislocate all the joints on the figure because just the weight of that will cause that servo to burn out. I've done that in other vehicles before. Or I need to disconnect the servo and just leave the arm resting on it. Okay, so here is our light. The light is the spotlight's what it turns on and off. And on our winch, there is a retract and a release button. Retract lets it out. Release brings it back. Kind of a backwards thing there. Let's run it a little bit and just see how it does. We'll do a little winch test. It looks like we have turn signals on the front there. Look at that. Isn't that something? And we got turn signals on the back too. Don't know if I picked the best time of day for filming. Now my crawler course is a lot more aggressive than this truck's designed for, so I've just kind of got to pick and choose some parts and hope for the best. I'm honestly surprised it made it over that without flipping. Little plastic leaf springs are getting the job done. Might have got her stuck there. It deserves a redo. We'll bring it back. We'll keep these wheels over a little bit more and see if that helps. There we go. And there's a couple of 6-inch G.I. Joe figures right there. Well, Those are pretty large slats for those little scale tires. I didn't think it would do it, but you know, never hurts to try. Well, I guess if we broke it, it would hurt, but I don't really have a lot of high hopes of it making it up this. I just kind of want to see what kind of incline it gets to before it starts doing the either flip over backwards thing. I don't know. Let's get a running start. I am truly amazed at what just happened. I've had some serious 1/10 scale crawlers that couldn't make it up that, and this little $70 budget truck with pretty kind of hard rubber tires, really thin, enough speed, just kind of chewed its way up. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I have us suspended. I took a tent stake and put it through the cracks and put our winch around that. And let's see if we can climb by hitting our release button. That is under just the power of the winch. It'll pull you up. Wow, it's pulling it up. I'm going to go ahead and pull the wheels forward a little bit while we're doing that. For this size of vehicle, that's a decently powered little winch. And we've made it to the top. So that's pretty cool. All right, I think, you know, we're about going to wrap it up here. I'm pretty impressed by this little guy, to be honest. I mean, I would pay for it. A little bit more run and start. Oh, no, not quite. All right. We have made it up here. We are right at that teetering point. Well, you gotta leave your finger on the trigger. It does not have a drag brake. It will slide backwards if you take your finger off, but you don't have to keep much pressure on it. And I've been just pretty impressed by the performance we've had out of this little $70 guy. I'm very happy they sent it to me. We're gonna get it out for a proper trail run soon, put some mileage on it, and we'll see what we can do about maybe a figure or something. I did take a closer look at the mechanism. It is not a separate servo. So if you can see in there at all, your steering kicks back to this other little arm, and then that comes up here and moves your steering wheel. So you can just undo that linkage if you're wanting to stop that steering wheel from moving. Shouldn't be a big deal at all. I will leave a link for this, and I hope to catch you on the next one, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and I always appreciate your time. We'll see you later.